Dear children, in the last modules, we learned about the application of biotechnology in the field of agriculture, in the field of medicine, how the transgenic animals are important to us in many ways. And in this module, we are going to learn about the ethical issues involved in creating and introducing a GMO, that is genetically modified organism, into an environment. We know what is a GMO. GMO stands for genetically modified organism. An organism whose genetic constitution or genes has been manipulated, it has been changed. So that type of organism is called as a GMO. So what happens when a GMO is introduced into an environment? The genetic modification may cause unpredictable results when such organisms are introduced into an ecosystem. We cannot expect its result. It is not predictable. So the Indian government has set up an organization, and the name of the organization is GIAC. GIAC stands for Genetic Engineering Approval Committee. So the Indian government has set up an organization called as GIAC. And what is the function of GIAC? The GIAC, it makes decisions about the validity, how much the genetically modified organism is valid, or how far this research is valid, and the safety of such genetically modified organism for public services. That is the objective of GIAC. They have to understand the validity of this GM research and how safe this GM organisms is for public services. The next ethical issue with regard to GMO is biopiracy. It is biopiracy. What is biopiracy? It is a use of bioresources by multinational companies and other organizations without proper authorization from that particular country and people concerned. So another country using the bioresources without proper authorization from a country and the concerned people is called as biopiracy. The bioresources and also the traditional knowledge and genetic material of a particular country is utilized by multinational companies of other countries. They get patents for the knowledge and materials which has been used by the farmers and indigenous people who are living in that particular country. For example, the basmati rice and the herbal medicines like turmeric and neem. You know, basmati rice, it has a very unique aroma and flavor. And in India, about 27 varieties of basmati is present. And in 1997, an American company, they got patent rights on basmati rice, which is actually our material, through a US Patent and Trademarks Office. This allowed the company to sell a new variety of basmati. What did they do? This was actually derived from the Indian farmers' varieties. It was actually the Indian farmers' property, and Indian basmati, they crossed with a semi-dwarf variety and they produced a new hybrid and claimed as a novelty. They claimed it as their own product. And other people selling basmati rice could be restricted by patency. We know patency is an authorization for use by that particular company. So the basmati rice, which was actually our variety, was crossed with a semi-dwarf variety, and they created a new variety for which they got a patency through a US Patent and Trademark Office. Most of the industrialized nations or the developing nations, they are poor in biodiversity and traditional knowledge. And the developing and the underdeveloped world like India, Africa, they have rich biodiversity and traditional knowledge related to the bioresources when compared to the other developed countries. And it has to develop laws to prevent unauthorized exploitation of the bioresources and the traditional knowledge of this underdeveloped or developing countries. And with regard to this, the Indian Parliament has cleared the Second Amendment of the Indian patent bills. And this Indian patent bills, it takes such issues into consideration with regard to the patency or with regard to the stealing of bioresources from our country, including patent terms, emergency provisions, and research and development initiatives with regard to the GM research. That's about the ethical issues with regard to the GMO. So, dear children, with this ethical issues, we have come to the end of the chapter biotechnology and its application. Thank you.